everybody, what's going on? Hope you're having a safe and awesome week. I'm here yet again with another rapid review. A little backstory on this comic before I get into it. When I found out who wrote this, I was like, I gotta get this. But unfortunately, I was a little too late to the party on it, and I wasn't able to get it the first time around, and it looked like it was kind of difficult to get in. But Sean happened to be watching our comic book store's live sale one night, and they had all 3 issues, special variant covers, on sale. And Sean picked them up for me. He knew I was super excited, so big shout out to Sean. I am Shields.632, who is also on the channel, as you know, who does much better reviews than I do. But I'm going to give it my best. So the comic that I'm talking about today is Cold Dead Hands. And this one was released by Source Point Press. It is written by the uber talented, I don't care what he says, Garrett Gunn. The interior art and the letters were done by Lee Malusky. I want to say it's Malusky. The cover pencils and inks were done by Brian Belando. Cover colors by Kenny Aitken. And the variant covers, at least the ones I got, were done by Alexandria Monick. Super talented artist, by the way. So check her out. The original character designs were by Garrett Gunn and Michael Calero. This comic was great, by the way. Garrett wanted to know my opinion. I gave it to him. Now I'm going to do a video about it. We open up in a warehouse with our main character, Christopher Kit Kelso. Kit's father was a mercenary who, unfortunately, on one of his missions, was shot and killed by a Good Samaritan. So Kit decides he's going to take up the family business. The only problem is he's not very good at it. When we open up with him, he is tied down to a chair, getting the crap beat out of him by these 3 guys, asking for their boss's money. Kit swears up and down he does not have this money, but they're like, no, we know you have it. So Kit tells him, yeah, whatever, guys, do your worst, blah, 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 until they pull out a hacksaw. And then he's like, whoa, wait a minute, hold on, guys, let's talk about this. And one of the main guys is like, Kit, I like you, but, you know, I respected your old man, but this is the boss's money. So they cut his hands off. And I think he either dies from blood loss, or he's about to die, or he just is unconscious from the blood loss. I'm not real sure. It's been a minute since I read it. But regardless, they cut his hands off. They're going to dump his body. Well, before any of that happens, we skip over to an auction house where the first thing that's being auctioned off is a sword from a warrior named Tamayuki Yamashita. And people, I mean, they're starting the bidding at like $1.5 million. So this is like a high-end auction. Well, while they're bidding the sword, outside there's a group of these 3 thieves, and they're told the item that you want, you got about 8 minutes to get it. So the next item that's up for auction is what they're looking for, and it's known as the remains of Athos Mattis. And this auctioneer tells the story of these magical beings that they corralled the fate of the world using heralds that they bestowed with deadly abilities. And Athos was killed in the Battle of Marathon, but he was given a second chance by an enchantress who imbued these powers. Well, he has this whole story planned out, but he gets cut off because people start bidding. And I think the lady who wins bids like $25 million on it, and they're just like, sold. Well, unfortunately, the movers of the artifact are taken out by the thieves. They're killed. And, you know, the thieves get the hands, start driving away. Well, they don't get very far before they start getting chased by these armed drones. And the drones end up, I think it kills the driver, and the driver flips the car, or the van that they're in. And while the car's flipping, the hands are thrown out. Well, the hands awaken, and they actually find Kit and attach themselves to him, therefore giving him powers. And let me tell you, he goes from not so good merc to pretty much a badass, because he kills the 3 guys that they were holding him hostage. And the end of the story is him just like, what the F? And that's where that first issue ends. And that's where I'm going to leave it. I don't want to give way too much away. Cold Dead Hands, Garrett Gunn, by Source Point Press. The story is awesome. The action is great. The art's fantastic. If I had any cons, it would be, I think it's only 3 issues. And this story moves, it's very fast paced, which is kind of a pro, but it's so fast paced that I really feel like it could have done with another issue or 2. And that's definitely not a knock on Garrett. I find him to be an amazing writer. I love his stuff. But I just think this story could have benefited if there was an issue. There's 1, 2, and 3. If there's an issue between 1 and 2 and 2 and 3. Maybe it made it 5 issues instead of just 3. But either way, the story is amazing. You should read it for yourselves. And, let me know down in the comments, have you read this? And what do you think about it? Do you think it could have used another issue or 2? Or do you think it's perfect being the tight story that it was? Because it was a very tight story. Just, it was super fast paced. But again, I'm a big fan of Garrett's writing, so maybe I'm just being a little selfish wanting him to write more. Hopefully he can do, or will do more with this character. He said he enjoys writing the character, so I don't exactly know how he'd do it since how the story ends, but I'm going to let you find out for yourself how it ends. Anyway, you stay safe, you stay healthy. I'll catch you next time. Later, tots.